Hi Capricorn, welcome to your full moon in Pisces reading for August 31st, 2023. Full moons close out cycles. You're definitely closing something out. So this card is an indication of the focus or the direction the reading is going. Maybe that helps with the generalness of it all. Um, um, it is not your focus, but it is the focus of the reading. Because they are general readings, it's kind of difficult. I don't want to leave anybody out. That's kind of what I'm meaning. So I leave it fairly general. Um, but you can understand that the that the idea behind this reading has something to do with your present power, right? So you can be, with the frequency of 2, you can be dealing with duality and choices here, and you can be very busy with consciousness, right? So being conscious of your present power in regards to possibly decisions, dualities that you're dealing with. You may be quite powerful at this time. I happen to know a Capricorn or two that are really doing quite well at this moment. So you can be really feeling yourself. if, but in any case, that's the general direction of the reading. And for you, your personal theme is the moon. So this gives you a no answer. It's not my no, but it is a no answer on the card. Intuition, secrets, drama, dream world, instinct, hidden cycles. For me, the moon is very intuitive, it's very psychic, but it is your subconscious, and it's the things that it can be your fears that kind of come up around this time. So maybe this is a strong moon for you because, and Capricorn is half goat, half fish. So it's a moon in Pisces. You can really be feeling things right now, even though the theme here is consciousness. The moon is telling you about your subconscious, right? And so your subconscious can be working overtime. You may have very intuitive energy, very psychic premonitions, or just feel things. Um, and I would imagine that this moon is quite strong for you. Uh, Sometimes it's weird. Sometimes it's the moon in Pisces gives you a kind of weird feeling, like you can't quite put your finger on something. You have a feeling about it, but you can't quite put your finger on it. There's an otherworldliness to it. This is subconscious. You should probably pay attention to your dreams, I would imagine, during this period. Okay, let's see what's happening with you in these next 2 weeks. Right, you have the Temperance card. Things are in a state of flux at the moment. We can be trying to refine situations, a project. The deeper meaning of this card is to spiritualize what you're busy with, whatever you're doing, meaning it's more than just an action. It's more than just a job. It's more than just a project. It means something to you. There's something sacred in it for you. This is turning base metals into gold. It's the alchemy card. But for me, definitely, because we are busy turning those base metals into gold, because we're busy refining things, and very much on an internal level here, especially with present power, right? Then it takes time, and so you need patience. Capricorn can, I think I mean, it's an earth sign. Even though they're young, it's still very grounded energy. But the Temperance card is associated with Sagittarius, and this can be fiery tempers, and you may have to calm yourself through this period, or at least maybe at the beginning parts of the lunar phase, right? So a few days before, a few days after, um, to temper your temper. Let's see what's going on here. 3 of Swords. Okay, so this can be some emotional distress or mental distress. It's very often a distant card. So there can, like, you can feel distant from people and situations. You can feel the inclement weather can have something to do with what's going on. And there's a lot of weird weather happening right now, hurricanes and that sort of thing. Um, It is healing from a broken heart, so there may have been something. Again, that's why I say to temper your emotions a little bit, because this is a very it's a healing from a broken heart. The Three of Swords. The cut has already been made with the Two of Swords, and now we're feeling things, and that can be the Moon as well. And again, you may not there may not be a particular reason for it. You just may feel distant. You can be with a group of people, but you don't feel like you're there with it. You're not present, right? Present power. But this is kind of asking you, and again, this is something that is being closed out right now. So it's finishing up. Maybe you had felt that way, and now you're starting to feel your present power coming back in. You could have separated from somebody with that Three of Swords. Maybe, yeah, you were visiting people or family or friends, that sort of thing, and you've left and you feel that distance with them. Again, it can just be inclement weather for some, but it is healing from a broken heart, is the general meaning of the card. You're behaving as a Page of Swords. This is my Taurus card. So it's another earth sign, although it's being depicted here as an air person. We're still on the younger side of things with pages, so inexperience. And what we're looking for here is answers with that Page of Swords. So we can be doing some detective work. We can be quite busy trying to find answers, trying to find out information, going online. Detective work with the Page of Swords. We want to clear the cobwebs from our head, right? We want to clear those questions that we may be having. And you will with the Magician. This is the concept card. What is your concept of a situation, your vision for whatever it is that you're busy with, right? Present power. What's your vision for it? And the information that you seek should match up with your vision or your concept. This is kind of like, it's a little bit like you know, if you're planning on laying bricks, then you don't look up information on how to, mow a lawn. I don't know. I'm just picking something out of the air. So what you are looking into definitely pertains to what it is that you have a concept for, what your vision is for. This is mastery, so the Page of Swords makes sense to me, right? You could be mastering a skill with the Magician card. It is the power of intention, manifestation. But there's gathering information for whatever it is that you are trying to presently gather your strength for, your power for, whatever you're conscious of, right? Whatever it is that you're working on. The Magician is a very focused card. And the Page of Swords is as well. So you can be highly focused at this time. We'll get more on that in a minute. King of Wands. My Aries card. This is somebody who can be long in features, long nose, long eyes, long facial features. They are good managers. They are attractive people, and even if they're not physically attractive, there is something about them that people want to be around. Aries is an authority figure or likes to be in a managerial position. But they're kind of like the pioneers. blazing trails, going where no man has gone before, because they're the first sign in the zodiac, and so there's no one to compare themselves to, right? So let's see what he's doing in your reading. Six of Swords. This can be somebody that you've moved on from. Now, it doesn't have to be a breakup. It could just be that you were visiting with somebody far away, and the vacation is over, the summer fling is over, or perhaps it's a father, a figure, a parent, that King of Wands, who can be missing you, and maybe you're missing them. But it can also be a love interest, right? That we have decided to move away from, whether it be permanent or temporary. It doesn't really matter. We're trying to keep our emotions in check and really just kind of focus and concentrate on what it is that we're trying to do and get done and manifest and create, etc., etc. The Six of Swords is leaving kind of an emotionally turbulent, it doesn't have to be mad turbulent, but there was some kind of bouncy emotions, and we're trying to go to a quieter place where we can think things out. And again, whether you're that behaving like the King of Wands, which I don't feel you are, because right here you are behaving as the Page of Swords, which doesn't mean that you can't switch a personality later towards the 2 weeks. Maybe the King of Wands is how you feel later. And that's really just a very big focus on, this, on your focus, whatever it is you're focusing on, whatever project or information you're looking for. This is kind of my spy card, so it's very possible that you've caught somebody in a situation that they probably shouldn't have been in, and now you're leaving the situation. That's also very possible. But again, this is something that we're closing out, so it probably would have happened already, or at the very beginning of this phase. The King of Wands can be a boss figure, a manager figure, and you may be moving and relocating. That's also possible here to someplace else. And this, though, there's emotional turbulence here, really brings us to some quiet thinking, and we can take the experiences that we've had and kind of sift through everything and come to conclusions when the Six of Swords moves on, or has you moving on, rather. Excuse me. The High Priestess. These are things that are being done secretively or behind the scenes. So, like I said, maybe you've discovered somebody, right? The Page of Wands. Maybe you've discovered something about someone. But it can also be your structure, right? What you're structuring, what you find sacred. And you can base your opinion on. So let's say you did discover somebody online doing something that they shouldn't have done. It might be a deal breaker for you. That's the High Priestess, right? It's like, no, my limit is here. I find this sacred, and I don't go any further than that. That can be the High Priestess card. It is secretive, but it's also very, very spiritual. It's behind the scenes, right? It's if this is your consciousness, this is your supra-consciousness. A lot of people say subconscious, but that's the moon. The High Priestess is your supra-consciousness, your super being. It sees everything. It knows the things, and that's where we get our intuitive energy from. I can feel something's not right. I can feel the weather changing, right? I can feel a hurricane coming on. It's that kind of energy. But it's also very secretive, behind the scenes. You yourself may be doing something in secret, right? Refining situations, kind of removing yourself from the daily life or the people that you normally hang out with, and kind of secluding yourself, or just sort of things going on behind the scenes, secretive things, okay? And this is refinement, so taking things a step further. Getting down all the details. Perfecting something. Yeah, you feel like you may need to defend yourself in some sort of situation here. This is the card of taking the high road. So competition may be around. And this is the card that says that if you keep your thinking and your thoughts on a higher perspective, chances are you win out of the competition. You're the chosen one, you get picked. It can be something that happened rather quickly because, as you can notice, he has two different shoes on, right? So he just had to throw on whatever he could in order to go out and defend his stance, his situation. You may have a very unique way of thinking about things or an approach to something that you would like to see go further. 7 is like very often the 7th planet is Uranus, and so it's very possible Uranus is the planet of, non-cookie cutter. It's a unique energy. It's also very spiritual, and that's what I mean by higher mind, the higher, keeping your thoughts and your energy on a higher perspective, not the usual mundane daily stuff. And that matches quite well with the Magician as far as I'm concerned. This is pure potential. So we're moving to something that holds a lot of promise and a lot of potential for us. And, again, with that kind of unique card and the King of Wands, there may be something quite different that you're wanting to do or put out there or create. And like I said, the King of Wands is somebody who likes to pioneer or blaze new trails. The Fool card is kind of, we have everything packed in our little satchel that we need for this particular adventure, because it is a new adventure. It's a leap of faith into the unknown. Don't avoid the warning signs, but also don't anticipate or over-anticipate, right? Don't make something happen before it's necessary. So the Fool card is often telling you to take the challenges and rewards as they come, but have the faith of a child in your endeavors. Nice. I think whatever the situation is, you are coming out on the top. This is definitely something that's moving away from your situation. And the Fool offers you kind of like tabula rasa, right? A blank slate. And you get to do things again as differently and as unique and as you want, with that King of Wands and the 7 of Wands. And it also tells you, right, because this is like the seed or an egg that holds all that information of the tree or the plant, right? All that information is within that seed. It's all there. You have everything you need. It's a complete system in itself. Okay. What does Spirit want you to know? You're the 7 of Cups. This is choices, okay? Possibilities. It can be like building castles in the sky kind of thing, sort of wishful thinking and fantasies, that sort of thing. Maybe you're a dreamer. But for me, it has a lot to do with choices. And it's like the 7, again, 7, right? It's the 7 planets that have something to offer you. And those choices can be a little bit confusing. What do I do? How do I do it? And so you may be, right, with that Page of Swords, checking into what you can do, finding out information. It can be confusion as well. Maybe this situation puts you in a bit of a state of confusion. But it looks to me like you come out smelling like a rose, to be honest with you. Um, this card, when you need to make a choice of some sort, asks you to check in with your emotions, or rather with your heart. What does the heart want, right? And I hope that helps with any decision making. You are the magician, though, so you have a very good concept or an idea of what it is that you want to do. And maybe it's just those choices that you need to narrow down on how you do them or in which direction you go, especially with that Six of Swords card, because that is a very directional energy indeed. Okay. I'll leave it there for you. I hope this has been helpful. Do take care of yourself. It still looks quite good in the end. Thanks for listening. It's much appreciated. And I'll talk to you in 2 weeks. Take care. Bye.